Flosstube. It's Stephanie here, Miss Oh So Crafty. Welcome to my Flosstube video number 74. It's been a while. So if you're coming back, thank you so much for visiting with me today. Thanks for not giving up on me. If you're new, hello, welcome. So like I said, it's been a while, and the reason for that is life, basically. I just wasn't in a good place to film for a while, but now I've been stuck in my house for 12 days so far. Who knows how much longer. We are basically quarantined and practicing social distance. Nobody is sick, and we hope to keep it that way. More importantly, we're hoping to slow the spread in society as a whole by staying isolated. The social distancing thing, the quarantining, it's a drag. I mean, I admit it, but what can we do? We're trying to protect the people in our society who are immunocompromised, who are elderly, who are pregnant, who have, certain underlying health conditions like asthma, and we are trying to decrease the stress on the healthcare system. So these are all worthy goals, and I'm trying to make the best of the quarantine thing just by stitching a lot. We're all fortunate we have that hobby to keep our hands busy, and I am trying to get creative in the kitchen and enjoying music and teaching my kid and stuff like that. So yeah, it could be worse, definitely could be worse. So stay home and stitch. All right, let's get into my stitching. I think we'll start with finishes, because why not? Okay, here is Batty Belinda. This is by Brooks Books. It took not too long to stitch, about 5 days, I think. Since last time you saw it, I worked on it like half a day and gave it 334 stitches, and I finished it. That was back in February or January or something. February, yeah. Anyway, so it's on 14 count perforated paper, and it has a bunch of Kreinik and beads. It was a fun little stitch, but a little fiddly for something of this size. It does have some back stitching as well. Alright, my next finish that I want to show you is Prancer by Nora Corbett. This is stitched on 32 count opalescent pewter Belfast by Picture This Plus. Do you see the sparkle and the fabric and the beads and the Kreinik on this piece? It's very sparkly. So this took about a week to stitch, and since you saw it last, it was like part of a day and 129 stitches. That was basically doing the tail and attaching the treasures. I did my usual modification on the reindeer, which is to sub out the Mill Hill treasures for Swarovski crystals, which are both more cost effective, and also there's a greater variety of them. So I don't know if my substitution is exactly the same as the Mill Hill crystals in terms of color, but it doesn't matter. So basically I just pick ones that I think will look good with the work. And I like to add the name at the bottom. So yeah, that came out pretty cute. I'm planning to start Comet pretty soon here. Maybe like next month. Alright, and another finish I want to show you is the toy ornament, which I stitched for my son. This is on 28 count opalescent Belfast casual. Sparkle, sparkle. I love the opalescent stuff for Christmas. I backdated it for 2015, which is the year when he was 2. Well, almost 2. Yeah. He turned 2 in February 2016. Yeah. Anyway, he was into teddy bears and drums at the time, and this piece was from the Better Homes and Gardens, Needlework Treasures or something, one of the books, and it has a lot of colors, a lot of backstitching in several colors. It has little bit of Kreinik and beads as well. But I think it came out really cute. I'm looking forward to fully finishing it. Alright, I guess that's it for finishes. Oh no, there's one more. Where are you? Here we go. Okay, so last but not least finished. I just finished it a few days ago, really. It's Bat Balm by Hands-On Designs, Scary Apothecary series. Stitching this on 32 count antique white linen, and I did a color conversion on it. Partial, I used some of the DMC's subs that are suggested in the pattern. I used some hand-dyed threads as well that I subbed out according to what I had in my stash and so forth. This also has 3 colors of Kreinik in it, and some back stitching, Bat Balm, Zing for your wing. I think it turned out pretty cute. It looks good with the other one, Cauldron Cleaner. Some of the colors overlap, so I'm trying to keep like though I am subbing some things out here and there, I am still trying to keep it as a cohesive collection. So this one took like 4 days to stitch, and since you saw it last, I gave it 830 stitches to finish it. Is that right? Yeah. 800 and, no, that doesn't seem right. No, it's not right. I gave it, I think it was like 1100. Something, I made an error in my note. Yeah, I know I definitely did over 1,000 on it because I needed it for the semi-sane trip around the world to Ireland, Sal. The prompt was to stitch on a Halloween piece. And this was my only one at the time that had, you know, 1,000 stitches to go. So yeah, so I added like 1100. I did like 1,000 on it, and it was really close to finish. It was basically just missing the back stitch at that point. So the next day I finished it with the back stitch. Took a few minutes, and yeah, nice to get another finish. And helpful for the Stitch from Stash budget. Stitch from Stash is, well, I mean, it's going okay. I'm in the positive, but I'm thinking about buying some stuff because I'm stitching a lot and I need some stuff. Okay, now let's get into the whips. In no particular order. So here is Rapunzel by Joan Elliott. This is stitched on Heather Belfast by Picture This Plus. And here it is. So you can see over here I worked to the edge of the pattern. It's kind of hard to see because that's like the little rocky wall, and it doesn't have a whole lot of contrast with the fabric, but that's okay because the background is not fully stitched, so I wanted the fabric to be kind of like a castle wall background anyway, so yeah, I'm pleased with that. So since you've seen this last, I worked on it 11 days, and I've done over 8,000 stitches. This is my project for the Once Upon a Fairy Tale Sal with Semi-Sane, and I do want to finish it by the end of June. So far this year I've given it 13 days, and it's not quite half done yet. So I need to pick up the pace a little bit, seeing as 3 months have elapsed basically already. Yeah, the midline is right here where these threads are parked, so I did not finish the rocky business over here. There's more to do below the midline of the chart. I did, however, finish the lower pages, so that's good. I don't have to be like flipping back between the pages. No, this pattern doesn't have any like overlap or anything between the pages, so you have to count and remember where you are, and it's kind of annoying. But It's a lovely pattern. I adore the colors, the purples and the green at the bottom and the blues, of course. And I love the effect of the curtain, this filmy white business. And as I get higher into it, you're going to see little bits of the wall peeking through the curtain, like, because it's semi-sheer. Looking forward to that. This pattern is by Joan Elliott, and it is my first project for the Aries B-Day sale, which happened a few days ago. So the Aries B-Day sale is hosted by me and Elizabeth Running Stitch here on Flosstube and Instagram. And we're both April babies, both Aries, and we both love fancy ladies. So we decided to host this birthday sale, Aries B-Day sale, hashtag, I'll put it on the screen. And the idea is to basically stitch a fancy lady. You can do a whip or a new start or whatever. Both her and I are going to be working on the Mirabilia Cathedral Woods Goddess. She has already started. I have not quite yet, but I'm thinking about, I was going to save her for my birthday, which is still a few weeks away, but I might just go ahead and start it now. We'll see. Yeah, I'm thinking I might start it this week. Elizabeth has really rocked out some serious progress on her Cathedral Woods Goddess. It looks amazing. And I want to get started on mine. So, yeah, Aries B-Day sale, it goes from until April 20th roughly. Basically the astrological Aries calendar, that period of time. So, yeah, participate. It's a lot of fun. Fancy ladies are great. All right, one of my new starts, which I made last week, I think, for the semi-sane trip around the world to Ireland thing, is this one. So this is I'm Here for the Booze by Pickled Barrel Designs. It was in the JCS 2019, I think, Halloween issue. And this one, I had to stitch something that had alcohol in it, so I'm saying this is alcohol, some kind of orange beer or something. So. This fabric was coffee dyed by me. I just needed something a little darker than white so that the ghost would pop, and he does. I'm pretty pleased with the coffee dye. I did not do a low immersion thing, nor did I do the baste and bake or whatever. I simply made some strong coffee and I dumped it in the pot and I stirred it around. I let it soak for a few hours and then I rinsed it out till the water ran clear. So yeah, that worked. This one I have worked on let's see, booze. One day, giving it 1,021 stitches. Yeah, and it's almost done. It only needs the rest of this word. I'm here for the booze, B-O-O-S, boo, ghost, not booze, alcohol, but yeah, clever, right? And I have to do the nose, which is also going to be done in purple. This has a mistake in it. It has, the face is one row shorter than it should be, so I had to adjust the hair and stuff, but whatever, it looks fine, so. Yeah, the reason for that is that I was doing some homework or something to stitch black, so I basically stitched the shirt and the hat, and I miscounted the bit in the middle. Yeah, anyway. Alright, enough about that. Another thing that I started last week for the same thing, the Semi-Sane Trip Around the World to Ireland sale, was this one. This is the TW, Teresa Wensler, Celtic Cross freebie that you can find it on her website. So I started this for the prompt where you had to work on something with a cross or a harp or a shamrock or something. Yeah, I can't remember exactly what the prompt was, but Celtic Cross fit the bill. So this one I gave 1.5 days and I did 1,130 stitches on it, and it is nowhere near finished. It will probably take another 1,000 stitches to finish it. But that's Teresa Wensler for you. It has lots of fractional stitches. It has some blended floss, which I haven't actually done yet. And it's going to have some Kryonic and some beads. It has Algerian eyelets. or diamond eyelets or whatever. I can't remember what they're called. In the corners there, I think there's gonna be some more specialty stitching, like lazy daisies and maybe something else I can't remember at the moment. So yeah, the eyelets were fun. There's directions in the pattern, and it is a free pattern, as I mentioned. So, oh yeah, and I'm stitching this on 28 count Monaco from my stash, and I despise it. It's just hard to stitch on. The Monaco is so dense. I really prefer linen or anything over Monaco, I think. Yeah. All right. Now for some bigger things. So here's my full coverage piece. Twilight Bridge by Dimensions. So it's coming along. I'm using this for my 20K in 2020 style with the Full Coverage Fanatics group on Facebook. Hi, Ann, if you're watching. And that's a really good sale that keeps me motivated to work on this. So the 20K over a year works out to about 1667 stitches per month, and that's what I'm aiming for. So since you've seen this last, I have worked on it 13 days, and I've done over 5,000 stitches. So I did finish this page and start this page basically. The house is all full cross, so that's kind of a nice change of pace because a lot of this pattern is half cross. And I'm really happy with how it's coming out. I think it's really pretty, and this is kind of like my dream house, especially these days. You'd be like so isolated here at the your little cabin. Cottage or whatever. This chart reminds me of a poem, The Lake Isle of Innisfree by Yeats. That's why I like it. Yeah, it's kind of like my dream house on a lake isle. Alright, now for Save the Stitches. This is a big one. I can't even really show this on camera easily. Let me stand up. Yeah, there it is, all is. So this is Save the Stitches parts 1 through 13, 15. Still quite a ways to go. I'm stitching this on, the pattern is by Elizabeth Almond. I'm stitching the free pattern. I'm stitching it on 25 count Lugana in the Stormy Gray colorway, I think, or Antique Gray or something. I'm using DMC 336 for the outlines and the border, and I'm using 4240 variegated DMC for the diaper patterns, as they're called in the charts. So this one I didn't make a note about. I don't know why, but let's see. I've been trying to do one part per month. So basically what I did is this part here, which is part 13, this part here, which is part 14, and this part here, which is part 15. And only recently I stitched part 15, and I went back and did the metallics for all of them. So there's gold, silver, and copper in there. It's coming along. It's really pretty. Sometimes I think, well, maybe I should just like stitch the bottom border and call it a day, but I'll do the rest of it. I've come this far, right? And I have enough fabric, so. The next one I want to share is the spring bell pull, which is kind of huge now, so I'm going to show it at a funky angle so you can see the whole thing. It's not done yet. It's getting there though. So this pattern is by Stony Creek. It was originally published in the magazine. You can get it as a chart pack now. My modification on this one is using a conversion color for the big letters. I'm using Budding Leaf by Karen Waterlilies, and I love it, Perfect Spring Green. So since you saw this last, I worked on it about 6 days and done over 5,000 stitches. That was finishing up the N block and working on the G block The G block is all done except for back stitching.
I want a chocolate bar.
Hold on a sec.
I want chocolate bar.
Hello, it's later. Can you tell? Take 2. I was editing my video and somehow I lost a bunch of footage. I must not have pressed the button or something. I don't know. But it's all good because I forgot to show you a whip. So let's get back to whips. You've seen spring belt pull. Now I want to show you, well, this isn't a whip, it's a finish, but I forgot to show it earlier. I'll show it now. It is We Do Harry Potter by Stitchline on Etsy. Her shop has been closed and reopened as Stitch Area. This pattern is no longer available, which is probably just as well since I had some issues with it. I had to doctor pretty much every element to make it look more like what it was supposed to be. Like the sword, the sorting hat, the wand, the broom, the Deathly Hallows symbol. Yeah, all of it required some doctoring with 1/1 stitching and backstitch or whatever. Or maybe I'm just overly picky. I don't know. In any case, this pattern took about 16 or 18 days or so to stitch. I finished it in January. It was my first finish of the year. It's stitched on 28 count smoky white casual, and I used Water Lilies Dark Shadows for it. Monochrome, yeah. The floss is actually really pretty. And, you can see the variegation. It's a lot easier to tell in person. It's like black, gray, really deep purple. Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, there's the sorting hat, Deathly Hallows. I did a little owl because whatever was there before, I don't know, it might have been supposed to be a Dementor, I don't know, but I don't want a Dementor on my piece anyway. The snake, the footprints for the Marauders map, yeah. Very cute. Alright, the next whip is another Joan Elliott. This is Fairy of the Rainbow on 32 count opalescent linen and blue diamonds by Silkweaver. So since you saw this last time, I have given it about 2.5 days and almost 2,000 stitches. That was basically to finish the bottom half. And it's coming along really well. It's beautiful. I love working on it. It's kind of on the back burner now, though, because I am really trying to hustle on Rapunzel. I do think the top half of this pattern will be a lot easier, though, just because there's less coverage. All right. The next thing I want to show you is the Toy Story cast by Debbie Minton, Designer Stitches. This is from an old kit. I have subbed the fabric. It's on 28 count casual and Lapis Lazuli by Silkweaver. So since you saw this last, I have given it about 6 days and almost 4,000 stitches. So we've got the little green man, Buzz, and a headless Emperor Zurg. It's coming along. It is a lot of fun to stitch on. Lots of little details, color changes, but like big blocks of colors, so it's nice. Easy stitching for the most part, and it's going to have a lot of back stitching too. Really like stitching on this, but I don't really give it all that much time. I don't know why. But I definitely want to finish it like inside of a year, so maybe I'll work on it a lot more the latter half of this year. We'll see. All right, another project on blue fabric. I just love my blue fabric, apparently. This is Gingerbread Grove by Glendon Place on Haven Casual by Picture This Plus. Here it is. So since the last time you saw it, I worked on it 2.5 days. I gave it about 1,500 stitches. What I did was this bit over here, this page. So I put in more Kreinik, especially that off-white Kreinik Oyster is what it's called, and I did some backstitching as well. So the first page is basically finished except for this little reindeer. I didn't have the dark green Kreinik to do for his neck, so I didn't backstitch him, but I worked a little bit into the next page. I added some of the Kreinik ornaments on this little tree here and did a little backstitching on it as well. It's coming along. I really enjoy the backstitching donut holes. Isn't that cute? And the little kiss here is so cute. The gold kiss. There's going to be kisses all along, and cry neck all along here. It's going to be, this thing is going to be so sparkly. Lots of beads for this too, like 8 different colors, 10 different beads, 8 or 9 cry necks. I mean, it's intense, the sparkle. Love working on that. I'm excited to delve more into my Glendon Place stash after this one is done, which I'm hoping might be in July. I intend to work on it a lot in July. My other plan to work on this week, today actually, is Fantasy Triptych by Teresa Lensler. This is stitched on 25 count Monaco. 25 Monaco. You know, I don't like 28 Monaco, but 25 Monaco is just fine. Kind of like my thing with Lugana. I don't really like 32 Lugana, but I do like 28 Lugana. So what I did in January is I worked on this night panel. It took about 2,000 stitches to finish stitching it and do all the back stitching. I think it came out really cute. The back stitching was extensive, about 8 different colors of back stitching. It's not completely done yet either, because the border requires back stitch, and there's a little bit that's going to go in the shield here and cry neck. Also, I want to fill in the sky on this pattern with like blue. I think probably just one color of blue. Keep it simple. I mean, there's enough detail and stuff in the rest of the chart. Some time has passed. It's now much later. It is about dinner time, but I have something in the Instant Pot pressure, doing a natural pressure release. It hasn't come down yet. I'm actually making baked beans, like from the dried beans and everything. You can't find baked beans at the grocery store, make them yourself. Yeah, groceries have been kind of hit or miss for a while, but my husband went yesterday. He had a really good run. We actually got like some good amounts of meat for the first time since before this whole thing happened. We were actually in a little bit of a pickle because the weekend, like before the stuff hit the fan, we were actually planning to go out of town. So in anticipation of being gone for 4 or 5 days, we had pretty much emptied out the fridge. And then we realized that we weren't going to go, so we went to the grocery store that Friday, but it was too late. The store was already practically empty at that point. So yeah, but we were okay. We raided the freezer, and anyway, this is off topic. So let's talk about haul. I have a lot of haul because I had haul last time, but I didn't show you since my video was so long. And this one is pretty long too, but not quite that long. So here we go. So first is something I got off of eBay. This is an old Christmas ornaments magazine, and I got it for one particular pattern, which is a sweetheart tree chart. It's on the page fold. It's number 1, the round one with the heart auger. There's some really nice stuff in here though, so I just want to do like a quick flip through and show you. On this page, I love the Oh Holy Night musical instruments. I like the, that one is Indigo Rose, Oh Holy Night. I love this one, the Peppermint Sue Hillis Candy Stick Noel, the big one, big square one. That's really cute. This one is nice, number 9. That's Nordic Needle, Nordic Reflections. Yeah, lots of good stuff. Let's see, next page. This is the one with the sweetheart tree one. I also really like the one beneath it, number 5, the square one. That is Homespun Elegance, Holly Noel. I like this one over here. It's called Serendipity Designs Trumpet the Good News, although that doesn't really look like a trumpet I've ever seen. Let's see. This page, none of that stuff's really all to my taste, but you know, maybe it's to yours. This page, little ornaments on the wreath. Cute things. This one, I love The Stars Are Brightly Shining by Sam Sarah Design Studio, the one with the snowman. I think that's really cute. For Santa from Mrs. Claus, that's really cute. That's by Still Stitching with Susan for Mr. C. So this page has some good ones. I think the one with the little feet is really cute. The Père Noël, it's called. What is that, a pelican or something? And I like And Heaven and Nature Sing. I think that is beautiful. That's by Fancy Work called Nature Sings. I like the one with the cardinals on blue. I think that is beautiful. That's number 5. Lynn's Prints Outside My Window. There's this page. The Merry Christmas on Green is cute. That one is Praiseworthy Stitches Christmas Pin Keep. Yeah, that's really cute. I might stitch that. And this one, I think the dog and cat together are adorable. That one is number 6, Vermilion Stitchery Decked Out for Christmas. Of course, Vermilion. I always like Vermilion charts. Yeah, some cute things on there. Animal themed, cats and whatnot. This one, I really like number 1. He Will Bring Us Goodness and Light. That is gorgeous. I like the poinsettia too. Let's see. The first one, Sunflower Seed, Goodness and Light. The poinsettia is Samplers and Such Poinsettia Pocket Ornament. Three designs. Yep, and that's it. The rest is patterns. So, yeah, I think that was a good buy. It cost about like $5 or $6 on eBay. Okay, this was a gift from Glenna. It is an artiste kit. It's called The Lord Bless Thee. And it says, The Lord bless thee and keep thee. The Lord make his face to shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. The Lord lift up his countenance upon and give thee peace. Yeah, really beautiful chart. I love the grapes and the vines and everything. I just think that's gorgeous. So thanks again, Glenna. The floss is pre-sorted. Alright, here are some Christmas gifts. So this is Garden Prelude by Mirabilia. I love this, especially the flowers, which are beaded. I saw that they were beaded in the Model Stitcher picks, and I knew I just had to get this pattern. And also the bead pack was another Christmas present. I think those beads are gorgeous. They definitely remind me of irises, but these flowers, are they irises? I don't know. It's hard to say. I guess they could be. I mean, they're not. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they seem kind of rounded, and irises aren't round, so probably not. But anyway, okay, so this one was another Christmas present. This is Haunted Hospitality by Stony Creek. I was looking for some pieces to go with Spooky House because I want to hang it in like a trio arrangement. And I was originally thinking that these 2 small ones might suit with a color conversion, but when I looked at it, you know, actually next to Spooky House, I didn't think it would work. They're just too different stylistically. But I got a wonderful tip from Dawn. Hi, Dawn, if you're watching, Frosty X Stitch. She said, check out Glendon Place, so I did. And I found something that will work. I haven't purchased it yet, but I will. All right. Another Christmas present is this 100% hand cloth bell pull cut, white from Stony Creek. This will be used for another one of those seasonal bell pulls, either the autumn version or the winter version, because I have stitched both summer and spring. Okay, I got some stuff from Bush Mountain when they were doing their like old time limited sales or whatever. So this is County Needlecraft Benedicat. And I got this because it reminded me of the Book of Kells, which I saw when I was in Dublin a long time ago. When was that? 1999, I guess. Yeah, 1999. Oh, I'm dating myself. Yeah. Anyway, beautiful pattern. Another thing I got from them was Blackwork Princess by Dragon Dreams, Jennifer L. Aikman Smith. I think this is really pretty, wonderful use of black work with both the geometric designs and something more illustrative. I just think it's really neat. The last item from Bush Mountain was this chart from Sue Marshall's Camelot Collection, Borderland, Merlin's Retreat. I just love this castle in the sky thing. It's reminds me of a Thoreau poem. Castle in the sky, yes please. Fantacat Designs. Okay, this is some stuff that I ordered from Needlecraft Corner when they had their Black Friday sale. So it's mainly a bunch of silk. These are most of the silks that will be used for the Ireland Mandala by Chatelaine. I will insert a pic. That was another one of my Christmas presents. It is a digital pattern. There's also a couple beads in here. I think I got these for the Gingerbread Grove. I'm not sure though. I have to check. Alright, this is something I got from 123 Stitch. A little patriotic piece I'm going to use for my Year of Whips for the patriotic sale in July. I'm probably going to start it in May though. For Mania. And this is another thing I got for my LNS. This is Scuppernong 32 Linen by Weeks Dye Works. And it's like this, it's a green color, kind of like a dull khaki green. I was at the LNS and I wanted some green fabric for the Lemonade freebie by Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts. And I saw this and I got it. When I got home, I was like, I don't know. I'll have to floss toss. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not quite what I had in mind. Another thing from my LNS was this little snow globe Christmas tree ornament from Mill Hill. I just think this is so cute. It's part of a series. I have one of the series already. I think I have the Santa Claus one, so I'll have to get the other ones. I love snow globes. And this was from the LNS. Candy Corn Crazy Volume 1 by Sue Hillis. I got this because I love bunting designs, and it occurred to me after I bought it, though, that the bunting is inverted. Well, they're more like witch hats than... I guess this one is in the proper like configuration for bunting, the bad to the bone, but the other three are more like hats. So I don't know. Maybe I could figure it out somehow. But I think they're really cute. I love Sue Hillis designs. Alright, a Mirabilia pattern came out last year and I loved it so much I had to order the whole kit and caboodle immediately from Leslie when she had it on sale. So this is Lilith of Labrador by Mirabilia, and here are the specialty threads. Gorgeous, gorgeous water lilies in there. What color is that? Fresh pink. I must assume that's being used for her skin. The other one is called Monsoon. Interesting color. And the bead pack. For Lilith, beautiful. And this fabric from Leslie, which is Nessie 32 Linen. This is very pretty fabric. It's kind of blue with a slight bit of green to it. It's not quite what I expected though from online pics, so I'm not really sure if I'm going to use it for Lilith. I would definitely need to floss toss. Yeah. Alright, McKenna had a live sale a while back, and I went onto Facebook and a notification popped up and I joined it like almost by accident, and she was like, "Hi Steph, I have something I think you'd like." Hi McKenna if you're watching. Anyway, yeah, McKenna knows me. She knows my taste, and she did indeed have some things that I like. So here is the Cricket Collection Trick or Treat. They had this as a model at the attic in Mesa, Arizona, and it's like 2 feet across. It's gorgeous and it's huge. Right up my alley. All right, this is something that I saw Jessie stitching. Hi, Jessie, if you're watching. This is Halloween Sampler by Cottage Garden, and I think it's really cute. ABCs of Halloween. Here's something. The Bird of Paradise by Gita. This is, or Gita, I don't know. Gita probably. Yeah. This is just really interesting, I thought. Definitely a little out of the ordinary. Very cool. These are two patterns from the Count of Illumination series. So here is The Knight Errant by Patricia Anderley. And here is Galleon and Flying Fish. I think these are both really nice. This was a present for my friend Sumira. Hi Sumira, if you're watching. It's called The Nordic Santa by Jim Shore from Mill Hill. I think it's really cute. Love Nordic things. Okay, here is a fabric that I bought from Color and Cotton when she had her Black Friday sale. This is Belfast Hearth. It's a really pretty subtle color, kind of like a grayish purple. And I think it would be wonderful for Joan Elliott's Fairy of the Rain or Fairy of the Water or whatever it's called. Yeah, I might stitch that one after I finish Fairy of the Rainbow. And then last but not least, I have this gift from my friend Christine. So this is, trying to figure out which is the right size. The blading in here is not too good. Yeah, this is the one I think. It is, fold it over so you can see it better. It's 32 count antique, smoky antique, no, 32 count vintage smoky white Belfast. Yeah, that's it. We're both gonna use this for cookies by Cross-Eyed Cricket. I can't remember who did it. Yeah, it's one of those like wide, not very tall, but wide pieces. So yeah, she purchased a fat half and cut it the the long way. So this is a fat eighth. I mean, it's not a fat eighth. It is an eighth. Yeah, it's an eighth like if you got an eighth at the fabric store. And she also included a few really lovely hand-dyed fibers. So this is Ocean by Vicki Clayton. Isn't that pretty? And this one is Dinky Dye's Aussie Pride, which is kind of funny because these are the American flag colors too. All right. And then this is kind of cool. So some time ago, I was contacted by mybobbin.com and they asked if I wanted to do a collaboration, and they offered to send me some stuff in exchange for publicity. So what they are particularly interested in promoting is their downloadable patterns. So let me tell you a little bit about their downloadable patterns. They have a ton of designers and the patterns are very well priced. Their motto at mybobbin is local prices for the global market. So the charts are really well done. They have black and white color versions and then also a black and white with color overlay for backstitch, which is really nice. And all the patterns that I got have English instructions. Most of them have English instructions, most of the patterns on that site, and you can tell it says in the item description whether they... Okay, so the first pattern is Hairy Artifacts by Anna Petunova. I will insert a picture. I really like this pattern because I think it really captures Harry Potter to a T. I like how it's a book and I like all the elements, and I just think it's really well done with lots of cool details and the backstitching and everything. And this one I think would look awesome on a dark blue fabric or something. So the next one is the Atelier Peacock by Elena Koshkina. I will insert a pic. So this one I picked because I love peacocks, I love dress forms, sewing. I just love all the cool details on this. I think it's really neat, really cool pattern. Never seen anything quite like it. And then the next one is called the Happy Easter Sampler, and it's by Fun Sheep. This one is huge. It has tons of like really detailed elements. I think you might need like half a fabric for it. It's a very long pattern because it is so big. It would be a total masterpiece though. I think it's just gorgeous. And then last but not least, the last one is called Little Dreamer by Anna Olchitskaya. Sorry, I probably butchered that. I don't speak Russian. Anyway, this pattern I think is just so cute. It reminds me of my son, so I basically got it for sentimental reasons. Okay, so the deal with the PDFs is pretty cool. Basically, you just buy them and pay for them, and then you get a link in your email to download them, so it's like instant gratification. And I'm very happy with the 4 that I got. So check out my bobbin. There will be a link to the store in the description box below. All right, that's about it for my haul. So I guess now I'll just talk a little bit about plans. So March is almost over. We have like a week and a few days. My plans for this week, well, for tonight actually, is I'm going to work on Fantasy Triptych because I did work on it earlier this month, but I only gave it like a few days and I wanted to give it a few more. So that's what I'm going to do. And I also need it for the Semi-Sane Alphabet Sal. Today is the last day for F. So F for Fantasy Triptych. Tomorrow starts G. I don't know what I'm going to do for that. The obvious one would be Gingerbread Grove, but I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, and then I also want to work on the Here for the Booze piece, the little ornament that's almost done. My idea is I can just finish it. It might require like 3 or 4 threads maybe to do so, a couple hundred stitches, and then I can start Mira Cathedral Woodland Goddess. The pattern is just so gorgeous, and as I mentioned in my last video, my husband really likes it. I wasn't, completely sold on it to begin with, but when I started seeing people stitching it, I realized how much I liked it, and he was a big fan from the start. He calls her a dryad, which is a wood nymph. I think, yeah, that could work, but she has antlers, so I don't know. She seems a little bit more than a wood nymph to me, more like a goddess, yeah. Anyway, I digress. So I hope to come back in a week or 2 and show you what I've been up to. In the meantime, everybody stay home. Unless you're a healthcare worker, in that case, or, providing other essential services like working in a grocery store or a pharmacy or a mail carrying the mail, that kind of thing, or a delivery person. In that case, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your work. You are basically keeping our society going. Anyway, so yeah, stay home if you can and stitch, be well, be happy. Ta-ta!